With architecture, culture and history to rival Paris, Prague and Vienna, Budapest, the capital of Hungary, is a distinctive city, proud of its tradition, yet happy to embrace the new. Originally two cities, the areas of Buda and Pest are separated by the River Danube, with heritage and history on one side and a modern metropolis on the other. It's also just a 2.5-hour flight away, so it's a great option for a city break, because its diverse landscape of hills, plains and caves offers countless opportunities for the adventurer. So here I am in Budapest. Now, I could just wander around Buda, I could just wander around Pest, I could just wander over the magnificent architecture, but I've been here before, so I've done all that, I've eaten the goulash. This time around, I'm hoping for a bit more. I'm hoping for some adventure, and this should do it. Come on.
Yo, Juice, you ready?
Let's go! Segways are a unique sightseeing tool, and for £40 for 2.5 hours, a guide like Shaba will show you the city. As long as you try not to kill any pedestrians. Towering over almost every other building in the city is St. Stephen's Basilica, named in honour of Budapest's first Christian king. You Hungarians are a religious lot.
60% of the population, but the past 45 years killed the tradition out of the people. The past 45 years, I talk about the communism, of course, yes, because that wasn't the same treatment as it is now. So generations kind of forgot the traditions and they couldn't educate their children.
After a couple of hours, we reached the end of the tour, and it's back to good old-fashioned à pied, as they'd say in Paris. Bye, Toba.
See ya.
Thank you.
Nice seeing you.
Nice to see you. Okay, one foot in front of the other. 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 Actually, I have another mode of transport in mind for my next adventure, and I'm feeling a little apprehensive about it. I've come half an hour out of the city to Dunakezi, to go gliding for the first time. And this is George, the man who's taking my life in his hands. Is it safe?
Yes, it is. I promise you. If something happens, you have parachute to jump out.
Oh, that's all right then. I feel much better. So we're skimming across the grass in the glider. It feels surprisingly smooth. We're being towed by a little plane, and you really feel the speed. You really feel the speed. And we're up in the air. Sensation, you really feel as if you're being buffeted by the air. I feel not sickness, but you can feel the motion. This is as close to being a bird as it gets. And what a view. Amazingly, it cost just £20 for 20 minutes in this glider. What a bargain for an experience like this. We reach up to 1,000 metres in height, which is pretty exciting in itself, but George has something else up his sleeve.
We try to do some aerobatics.
Hey!
We are going to do looping.
We're going to do the looping!
We are accelerating now.
Oh my God, we're going to loop!
Speed is more than 200.
Wow! I can feel G! Oh my God, we are floating!
Do you want one more?
Yes, more!
One more?
Yes, more! Whoa! Oh! Oh my God!
So, was it good?
That was amazing! George expertly controls the glider, and we softly touch down. That is so fantastic. Those loop-the-loops, do me a favour. That was an amazing adventure, but next is something that can only be described as bizarre. I'm heading up into the woodland landscape of the Buda Hills to visit a relic of Hungary's communist past. Now, of course, Hungary is part of the EU and communism has long since gone. But there are traces of the red bloc that have been left behind, and one of them is called the Children's Railway, which is almost entirely run by 13 to 17-year-olds. Children take their roles very seriously. Now, it's a prestigious thing to work on the railways, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
And there's an entrance exam, and you need to take an exam every year as well?
Yes, you're right, because when you want to be a worker, you have to go into school, and you have to learn like railway stuff, you know. Like,
so real training, real proper
it is,
hardcore training. The 11-kilometre, 45-minute journey through the Buda Hills costs just £1.80 and really does offer a taste of another time. It's definitely weird, no question about it. But the right-on side of me says, yeah, you know, these kids are really loving it. They've taken real pride in what they do. It's time for my final urban adventure, and it involves being underground in the dark. Great. Night time has fallen, and I'm walking through a dark forest to meet a man at the mouth of a cave. So it must be this door, which is much better. I mean, that looks much less like a horror film, doesn't it? Hello, Leslie? Hello?
Hi.
Ah, hello. Yes.
Shall I open it? Do you want to come
Well, no,
in?
I'd be quite happy if you didn't, but I suppose you must.
Okay. Here you are.
Hello.
Come here.
Wow.
Just come in, please.
I like what you've done with the place. We're underneath the city in a huge limestone cave system that was created by the hot water pushing up from underground that also gives Budapest its famous hot spring baths. It's like being part of Raiders of the Lost Ark. I feel like Harrison Ford. Are we going down there?
Of course.
Of course. I think this time you first.
Okay, if you want.
It costs £12.50 for 3 hours exploring the caves, and be prepared to slide down passages and squeeze through narrow gaps. How old are the caves? How old is the stone?
The stone itself is for almost 40 million years old.
40 million years old? And it's definitely not going to collapse, is it?
No.
It's not coming down on us. Okay. I'm getting into this now. The thing is, I wouldn't have a clue how to get out of here, and that is the deeply scary thing. This particular cave, called Palvelgi, is a 19-kilometre labyrinth of chambers and tunnels, so maybe it wasn't a good idea to let me go in front. We're on our way out, and Leslie let me lead, and I got ahead a little bit to try and see if I could remember the way that we'd come, and I just got completely lost, and he was behind me, and just this sense of panic rushed through me and over me. If you were stuck down here, you just wouldn't have a clue which way to turn. Every rock looks the same, and it's really scary. We're almost at the exit, but Leslie has a challenge for me at the aptly named Winnie the Pooh hole. So a human, normal-sized body can get through that hole?
I wouldn't say that yes, but it depends on your both sides.
You put both hands?
Yeah.
Oh, that is such a horrible feeling. That's the feeling if you were in it.
You are doing good.
It's twisting the hips out that's quite difficult.
Bingo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stuck in a Julia donut. I feel like the rock is giving birth to me. Mummy, I'm home. Okay, I can say now I have done caving. That's it. Second time around, I've seen Budapest from a different angle. In fact, I've seen it from lots of different angles. I've been above it, I've been under it, I've been across it. But am I satisfied? Well, I have to say it is a bit of a weird place, quite frankly out of date with the rest of the world. But in terms of an urban adventure, well, you won't get bored. And
Look at that. It's gorgeous.